So welcome to All About Berea, and I'm Beth Myers. I am going to do the 4 things you should know about Berea this week. First of all, Berea itself is going to have, or rather, Madison County is going to have the first Republican primary race in as long as most people can remember, because there's going to be more than one Republican running for Judge Executive of Madison County. There are actually 5 Republicans running this year. Dwayne Curry, who's our planning commission person for Madison County, Reagan Taylor, Greg King, who's currently a magistrate, Jonathan Thompson and Billy Ray Hughes is also a magistrate. They are going to be going into the primary, which is actually Tuesday at 4 o'clock is going to be the deadline. So we might even have more than that running by the time that hits. In the other district, which is Berea is the first district for Madison County, and we're going to have one Republican running for that seat, which Larry Combs has held for over 30 years. Brian Combs, who's the nephew of Larry Combs, is actually going to be running as a Republican, and there are going to be 4 Democrats running for that seat. Larry Combs will be one, then Ronnie Terrell, Brad Hilton, and Bobby McMahon. And for those of you who know, Ronnie Terrell is actually currently a city council person running for the magistrate seat. Now, since Berea City does not have parties in its council, none of them have to file, even though city council elections will also be this year. So we'll see what happens for that. For all those Republicans who haven't been able to vote in a primary in 20 to 30 years, you're going to get your chance. Okay, number 2 on the second thing you should know is that Churchill Weavers has recently gotten on the National Registry for historical buildings. This will be the 7th in Berea. In addition to, if I can remember them all, we've got Great College Forest, the Welcome Center Depot building, Tate's building, Lincoln Hall, blanking out, 2 others, and then Churchill Weavers will be the 7th. This is remarkable not only for the significance of having one more historical building in Berea. Those of you who know, Churchill Weavers was a textile that started in the 20s and grew and grew and grew and grew from there until it closed just in 2006. The other reason it's significant is it's located in the East Berea precinct. This precinct was voted months ago to be wet for locations that are on the National Registry for historical places that serve at least 50 in dinner or have lodging. The reason they first voted on this is because people wanted the Boone Tavern to be able to sell alcohol. Now that has not even occurred yet. The Board of Trustees haven't taken that vote, but Boone Tavern can if they choose to do so. Now at Churchill Weavers, there's a strong possibility there will be a restaurant located there. They're going to serve as landlords for various different businesses. And if that restaurant chooses to serve alcohol, they pretty much have no restrictions as far as the city concerned. They'll just need to get a license. So that's where that is. Number 3 in 4 things you should know is the Citizen recently had a Kentucky Press Association conference this past Friday and won some awards. So I'm happy to report that 5 people who work here have won. Jonathan Schinhofen won for 2nd place for a sports column. Christy Green, who you guys might know through the Madison County Health Department, won a 3rd place for an article she wrote about a local farmer in the agribusiness section. Tanya Stewart actually won a 1st place for a cartoon that she drew for us. A very startling one that she drew of an arm where it talked about the drug highway of heroin. And Sandra Plant, who did a church series that a lot of people were pretty excited about here, won an honorable mention for that one. And I won a 1st place for editorial, and then 2 other designs and another honorable mention for stories. So we were pretty pleased with that. Excuse me. And lastly, I wanted to announce that the Berea Arts Council is going to have, once again, their Stepping Out for Art on February 15th. It's going to be on a Saturday. This will be their 2nd annual one, since they've moved their location from the more informal chili supper that took place at Berea Community, and I guess you could say they moved uptown. to the, yep, it's still at the Armed Forces Reserve Center. Kind of spiffed it up, has a bar, a very nice catered dinner. So kind of took a little bit of a one notch up. The tickets you can get now, you can get them at bereaartscouncil.org or call 985-9317. It's going to be at 6 p.m. There should be about work from 80 different artists all over locally in the region. And there's usually quite a variety, both on the silent auction and the auction, live auction that will be given at the end of the evening. So for those of you who want to support the Berea Arts Council and their work, come on out on February 15th and enjoy the show. And that'll be one of the last occasions they will host from their present office at Main Street, because around March we're going to expect them to start moving down to Old Town in their new building there. And that is 4 Things About Berea.